All right, we have one more selection. It is the very last one. I'm covering it up, but if you guys get this wrong, okay, I'll
come on. Hey, I'm about to say LeBron James. Come on. LeBron is LeBron is.
He ain't fooling nobody.
What is this? 23? Oh my god.
22nd consecutive NBA All-Star selection.
LeBron James just received another All-Star selection. And honestly, it feels like the league is distributing senior discounts now. The man's performing like he's collecting retirement checks instead of paychecks. Yet somehow he's still receiving the honor. Multiple players busted their tails this season only to get snubbed, so the NBA could slap another participation trophy next to LeBron's name. Then right on cue, he pulls out last minute with one of those mysterious injuries that nobody actually believes is legitimate. This whole situation is laughable. The question is simple. Is LeBron still a genuine all-star based on how he's playing? Or is this just about the name LeBron James?
NBA All-Star reserve list is out or whatever. Kawhi Leonard somehow, some way, is not going to be in the All-Star game, which is just mind-boggling. And, of course, people are making the comparison that his numbers are way better than LeBron's. He's played in more games than LeBron. All those things. It's his home arena, the Intuit Dome, and somehow in Los Angeles. Don't forget, Kawhi is from Los Angeles, too.
Riverside, to be exact.
Exactly right, and he's not going to be a part.
Let's be real, it's the latter. LeBron had no business being an all-star this year. Not even close. But of course, the NBA and Adam Silver twisted themselves into pretzels to ensure LeBron's legacy stays sparkling. And in classic LeBron fashion, he executed the oldest trick in the book. Get selected, then injured at the last minute. So he can still list the selection on his resume without lifting a finger.
Is there any part of you that regrets never doing it? And with a procession of people maybe saying they might do it, would it propel you to give it a chance at next year's All-Star game?
There's no part of me that have regrets about not doing it. Obviously, I had a couple moments where I wanted to do it, and it just never worked out that way going into the following season, either because of injuries or I wasn't up for it.
Smooth move, but fans aren't buying it. The 2026 All-Star selections were already a circus before LeBron's withdrawal. The whole weekend is transformed into straight-up trash. The dunk contest? Dead because stars won't participate. The skills challenge? Pointless filler. And the game itself? It's basically a layup line with jerseys. Nobody plays defense, nobody hustles, and the energy is manufactured. And who established that lazy precedent? LeBron himself. His era made coasting cool, and now the whole thing's unwatchable. But let's zero in on the real issue. LeBron taking a spot that should have gone to someone who actually earned it. The Western Conference is stacked this season. There are genuine ballers putting up elite numbers on winning teams. And yet, they got shoved aside for a 41-year-old operating on reputation instead of results. Take Alperen Sengun, for example. The kid was a first-time All-Star last year, and somehow he's gotten even better.
Another deflection by Sengun. Picked up by Van Vliet. He gets it back. Oh my goodness, the soft deflection.
He's putting up 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists per game, plus 1.4 steals. He's second in the league in double-doubles. And the Rockets are winning big by every possible metric. Sengun is a true all-star. But nope, LeBron needed his annual legacy selection. So Sengun gets tossed aside. Unreal. And then there's Julius Randle up in Minnesota, quietly killing it this season.
When you get the defensive player of the year, yeah, he might miss a wide open layup, but he's also going to block shots. And okay, Julius Randle's got it cooking right now.
22 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists a night. And guess what? He hasn't missed a single game. Not one. That's what real all-stars do. They actually play. Meanwhile, LeBron's sitting out games like a glass statue in a museum. Both Sengun and Randle fit the definition of what an all-star should be: consistent, productive, and part of winning teams. But since their last name isn't James, they don't have the army of superfans screaming online if they're not picked. And that's the problem. The All-Star game isn't about merit anymore. It's about marketing. It's a popularity contest in a league that used to celebrate performance. Now let's talk about the Los Angeles snubs, because this part is flat out embarrassing.
But if you do a quick Google search, when you search LeBron James All-Star, the top search that comes right after that is, how did LeBron get in over Kawhi Leonard? Because if you mentioned it, Rob, you look down the stats, Kawhi Leonard has him beat on every major statistical category.
Kawhi Leonard is having one of the best seasons of his life. He's averaging 27.7 points per game, a career high, and doing it on insane 50-40-90 shooting splits. That's prime Toronto Kawhi all over again, dominating on both ends while the Clippers rack up wins. And somehow he gets snubbed for LeBron James. Make it make sense. And don't even get started on James Harden. Harden's putting up 25 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds a night. Top 3 in the entire league in assists. And he even dropped 55 points in a single game when Kawhi sat out. Statistically, he's outplaying LeBron in almost every category.
8 assists, obviously setting the table, but guess what? He can set his own plate as well. Gets in there and takes the contact.
Yet he still gets passed over because the NBA needs LeBron's name on that all-star roster to sell tickets and boost ratings. Pick your poison, Kawhi or Harden. Both deserve the spot over LeBron. The sad truth is the NBA isn't rewarding greatness anymore. It's protecting legacies. And LeBron's name still holds too much weight for anyone to say what everyone's already thinking. It's time to pass the torch. Either one of those guys deserves that all-star spot more than LeBron. Both are outplaying him, carrying more weight for their teams, and most importantly, actually showing up to play. But because their names aren't LeBron James, they got left off the list. That's not competition. That's favoritism on display. Yet, under Adam Silver's watch, that's exactly how all-star voting works these days. Let's hit you with a stat that completely exposes the hype. Right now, there are 23 players in the NBA averaging at least 22 points per game. Basically the same scoring range as LeBron. Out of those 23, 17 were selected as all-stars, which makes sense because that level of scoring usually earns you the nod. But here's where it gets shady. Of the 6 players who weren't selected despite those numbers, 5 of them are from the Western Conference. And guess who took the spot that could have gone to any one of them? Yeah, the NBA's golden boy himself, LeBron James. Those 5 snubs, Kawhi Leonard, Lauri Markkanen, James Harden, De'Aaron Fox, and Julius Randle, are all putting up elite numbers on winning teams. Every one of them is producing, competing, and actually contributing to their squad's success. But none of that mattered once the league decided to clear a path for LeBron's legacy selection. It's not about who's playing the best basketball anymore. It's about who sells jerseys. Now, let's get into the cold, hard facts. The impact metrics. The plus-minus numbers say it all. Kawhi is sitting at plus 11, Lauri Markkanen at plus 13, Harden at plus 2, Randle at plus 1.5, and Fox at plus 0.8. And LeBron? A brutal minus 2.6. You read that right? When LeBron's on the court, his team actually performs worse. That's not a stat you can explain away with excuses. So to recap, these 5 Western players are scoring more, playing more, and helping their teams win more than LeBron. Yet somehow LeBron gets the All-Star selection, and they don't. The math doesn't math. Unless, of course, you realize All-Star picks for LeBron have nothing to do with basketball anymore. They're about legacy, brand, deals, and nostalgia. And every time someone tries to defend LeBron by comparing him to Michael Jordan's late career All-Star years, the numbers crush that argument instantly. Let's rewind to Jordan's 2002 All-Star season with the Washington Wizards when he was 38 years old. Before the break, Jordan averaged 25.1 points, 6.2 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and 1.4 steals per game. Legit top-tier stats for any age. He was one of just 2 players in the entire league averaging 25 and 5, ranking 7th in scoring overall. And his Wizards were a solid 26 to 21 with Jordan missing just 1 game. That's real all-star production, no legacy handouts. Jordan's impact metrics? A plus 3.0 plus minus and a plus 1.4 net rating. He made his team better every time he touched the floor. Now stack that against LeBron's ugly minus 2.6 plus minus and minus 2.1 net rating this season. Jordan at 38 elevated his squad. LeBron at 41 is dragging his team down. Those are facts, not opinions. And here's the kicker. Jordan's only ceremonial All-Star nod came in 2003, his final season. Everyone knew it was his farewell tour. And that was the NBA's way of saying goodbye to the greatest ever. Even then, Jordan at 40 was still putting up solid numbers. just not at his former MVP level. That selection made sense. It was closure, not charity. LeBron's situation couldn't be more different. He hasn't announced any retirement plans. He's already teasing that he might play next year, the year after, and probably until he's 50 if someone will cut the check. So what's really going on? Simple. He's finessing the system by dropping hints that this might be his last All-Star game. LeBron manipulates the narrative. He milks that sentimental angle, gets the sympathy votes, and secures his legacy pick without ever saying he's done. It's a masterclass in PR manipulation. He gets selected, pads his resume, then either jogs through the game like he's at an open run, or more likely, pulls out last minute with some mysterious injury that nobody saw coming. It's the same trick every year, just wrapped in new excuses. And this year, the injury stunt hit new levels of absurd. Reports say Adam Silver wasn't even told about LeBron's withdrawal until the last minute, leaving the commissioner no time to name a proper replacement. That's not professionalism. That's straight disrespect to the process and to every player who earned their shot the hard way. LeBron's got this playbook perfected. Tease retirement, trigger sympathy, secure the nod, then vanish with a fake injury and zero accountability. It's not a farewell tour, it's a finesse tour. So LeBron straight up took a roster spot from someone who actually earned it, then held on to it until it was too late for anyone else to get the call. That's selfish, plain and simple. It's a kind of move that screams, my legacy matters more than the game itself. If LeBron knew he wasn't going to play, and let's be real, he definitely knew, then he should have stepped aside early so another player could shine. But no, that's not how LeBron moves. He's going to grab every accolade in sight, deserved or not, just to pad that resume a little more. At this point, the whole longevity argument his fans keep using doesn't help him. It exposes him. Yeah, 23 years in the league sounds impressive, but when you look closer, those last few seasons feel more like cashing checks and collecting trophies than competing at an elite level. He's like that coworker who's been at the job forever, not because they're the best, but because nobody's had the guts to tell them it's time to go. Longevity eventually stops being admirable and starts looking like stubbornness. The greats knew when to bow out. Michael Jordan walked away when his body told him the truth. Kobe Bryant retired on his own terms with his dignity and legacy intact. But LeBron, he's clinging to relevance like it's a lifeline. He's forcing the NBA to keep giving him awards he doesn't earn anymore. And it's just sad to watch. And let's talk about how this man's influence has poisoned All-Star Weekend. The dunk contest? Dead. LeBron never touched it. So why would anyone else risk it now? The All-Star game itself? A glorified scrimmage. Players jog up and down the floor pretending to care because that's the energy LeBron set years ago. He made it cool to coast, and now the entire event feels hollow. Then there's the All-Star selection process itself, a complete popularity contest. It's not about who's dominating anymore. It's about whose name sells the most jerseys. Every year, better players get snubbed so LeBron can keep his record streak alive. It's pathetic. Every part of what used to make All-Star Weekend exciting has turned into a watered-down showpiece because the league refuses to hold its biggest star to the same standard as everyone else. LeBron's become the face of the problem, the poster child for participation awards. His selection this year, despite being outplayed by half the conference, just proves how far the NBA will bend to protect his image. He's turned what was once a celebration of excellence into a running joke. If LeBron actually cared about his legacy, he'd take the hint and retire now, while there's still something left to protect. Every extra season he drags out just chips away at what he built. Every unearned All-Star selection devalues the entire concept. Every mediocre performance reminds fans that the King's crown doesn't shine like it used to. Walking away now would be the smart move. It would preserve the greatness people still remember. But let's be honest, LeBron's not walking away. He's too addicted to the spotlight, too obsessed with padding stats, collecting awards, and staying in the conversation. He'd rather watch his team struggle than admit his prime is gone. That's not the mindset of someone who loves the game. That's the mindset of someone terrified of irrelevance. This fake all-star label isn't just about 2026. It's about a pattern. It's about multiple years of LeBron getting picked for his name, not his numbers. It's about the NBA shielding him from reality at the expense of hungrier, more deserving players. And that's the real tragedy because somewhere along the way, LeBron stopped being the player chasing greatness and became the one blocking it. It's not just about LeBron anymore. It's about what the All-Star game has turned into. The honor doesn't carry the same weight because everyone knows half these spots are handed out based on reputation, not results. When LeBron James gets named an All-Star in 2026, it perfectly sums up everything broken about how the NBA runs its business. Merit doesn't matter. Current performance doesn't matter. Even impact on winning doesn't matter. What matters now is keeping LeBron's brand shiny and his legacy bulletproof before he finally hangs it up. It's not about basketball anymore, it's about marketing. And while the league keeps protecting its poster boy, players like Sengun, Randall, Kawhi, and Harden get robbed of the spotlight they actually earned. These guys are the real victims of the NBA's obsession with keeping LeBron front and center. LeBron just collected another undeserved All-Star selection, then pulled the same disappearing act with that so-called injury everyone knows is bogus. He locked down a spot that could have gone to someone who deserved it, then walked away like it was no big deal. That's not leadership, that's ego. And the worst part? The NBA keeps enabling it. They've turned what used to be an earned accomplishment into a PR stunt. The All-Star badge doesn't mean best of the best anymore, it means most marketable. That's the sad truth, and LeBron's 2026 selection is Exhibit A. If you agree that LeBron James has officially become a fake All-Star, drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share for more brutally honest basketball takes. And I'll catch you in the next one.